Why does my YouTube channel not get any views? It's a very good question. I'm a producer for over 50 YouTube channels, and you know what they all have in common? We all know how to predict and get views. It's so common to put all your heart and energy into making an amazing video, something that's really, really good, and you post it to YouTube and it doesn't get any views. In fact, there's crickets. A week goes by, a month goes by, a year goes by, and it's got like 8 views or 18 views. Now, what can we do to fix that? Now, I want to say right off the bat, this episode is not going to teach you how to make a video that goes viral. But what I am going to show you is how to predict the views that you're going to get. In fact, every episode that you make, if you follow this strategy, you're going to have a built-in audience. So you're going to know how big this audience is, and when you post this video to YouTube, that audience will find it without you having to do any marketing. This strategy works. There are a lot of amazing YouTube channels out there using a variety of strategies, and most of them focus on getting as many views as possible, and they want their videos to go viral, right? They want YouTube to really promote them to huge audiences and get millions and millions of views so that they can make lots of ad revenue. Now, in order to make this amount of money, you have to get this amount of views if the money that you're making is ad revenue, right? You've typically got to get 1 million views to make $10,000. And the strategy that I teach on this channel is how to make $10,000 with just 100 views. So just have that contrast in the back of your mind as we discuss the main topic here. How do we get views in the first place? How can we get predictable views? And I want to make it very clear that we're not doing any push marketing, no advertising where we're pushing your video in front of people who aren't expecting it. In fact, we're putting your video in front of people who are hoping to find it, that are actually searching for it. These people want to find you, but they don't know that you exist, and now your video appears in front of them, and they're very pleased, they're very impressed, and these videos build a relationship with them. When you heard me say search, or that people are searching for you, you might think that this is something like website SEO, or search engine optimization. This actually works better, but it's way easier, okay? So stick with me. The reason that this is easier is because with website SEO, there's so much competition. Your website has to rank against all the other websites out there. And yes, your video has to compete against all the other videos out there. However, what I'm going to share with you will eliminate the competition. So when you post your video to YouTube, it ranks at the top and people start finding it on day one. Now again, I'm not claiming that you're going to get thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of views on day one, but if you get tens of views on day one and tens of views and hundreds of views in month one, that'll actually generate revenue for your business. And let's just say in the first month, you got 80 views, but you got another 80 views in month 2, and maybe 150 views in month 3, and another 150 views in month 4, and then 250 views. Okay, you get the picture here? This is an evergreen video that will get more views over time and will be a lead generator for your business. You can come back 5 years later and this video will still be getting views and still generating leads for you. All right, let me show you a tool that I regularly use. I use this just about every other day. Okay, this is a website called SEMRUSH. They have a lot of tools, and most of these are geared for website SEO. But I want to show you this amazing one, and I love the name, Keyword Magic Tool, okay? So I'm going to make another video about Dropbox because Dropbox has been, it's been such a great tool for the last decade, but it changed and I have to leave Dropbox. But that's a future episode, so go ahead and subscribe. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate how to use this tool. Okay, now stick with me. You use this tool and it does all the marketing for you. Let me show you. So I'm going to type in construction. Okay, this is just an example, and I'm actually going to show you one of my clients who serves the construction industry. He helps construction superintendents and stuff like that, okay? So what I did is I typed in construction in the search bar, but I want more specific and I want questions, okay? Now check this out. I can turn on the questions button, so that filters out everything that's not a question, and I can come over here to advanced filter, and I'm gonna turn the word count all the way up to 8. That means I only want questions that are 8 words or more. That's actually key. I do every search starting with these parameters, and I only adjust things if I need to. All right, now when I scroll down, you see this number right here? I actually want to find phrases that are between 10 and 100. If I'm just getting started, I'm just launching this strategy for the first time on my channel, and I want to eliminate all competition, I want to rank on day one, then start with phrases that have at least 10 searches per month in this column right here, and a maximum of 100-ish, okay, 100-ish. So if I see these and it's got 880 or 390, that's a bit too high. I can scroll down further, or I can increase my word count filter. Let's go up to 9 and see what that does. Okay, we're still pretty high. I'm going to go all the way up to 10. Okay, wow, what an awesome topic. I'm going to scroll down just till we get into the hundreds here. Now I'm specifically looking for topics that would be great for my client Jason. I'm going to show you his channel in a minute and what his channel has done this year following this strategy, how he can predict the search. I'm going to show you that in YouTube Analytics. So new construction, existing home, that's a different topic. But right here, what degree do you need to be a construction manager? That's a topic he could answer. All right, and I'm having to really sort through a lot of these, so I'm going to add another word. I'll put in project. Okay, check this out. How to become a construction project manager without a degree. Okay, now these are all great, but I'm actually going to lower my word count filter. Let's go back to 8 now that I added in the word project. All right, so here's a few that are above 100. Let's just look at this. What does a project engineer do in construction? Okay, I'm going to check that one. How much does a project manager make? Talking about their earnings. Okay, this one I love. How to manage a construction project step by step. Ooh, and I like this next one. How to calculate overhead costs in construction projects, or a day in the life of a construction project manager. So these are really specific questions, but I'm not making any questions up that I think people would want to know. I'm using a tool here to find what are the actual questions. What's the exact wording that people are using when they go to Google and YouTube asking these questions. Now, what I just shared with you is literally worth gold to you, because if you follow what I shared with you, your videos are guaranteed to get views. Do you want to see this in action? All right, let me show you Jason's channel. Okay, here's Jason's channel. You can see his views over the last 28 days have been increasing. Let me show you for the entire year, because I started working with him in January at the beginning of the year. So just looking at all of 2023, we started over here and you see, wow, he's got consistent and steady growth and progress. Now let me scroll down and I want to show you some of the titles of his videos. There it is, A Day in the Life of a Construction Project Manager. That's one of the titles that we found. 5 strategies of a successful construction project manager. How to manage a construction project. What's the role of a superintendent? What are the duties of a superintendent? What is the last planner system? You know, and the list goes on and on. You see all these questions that I found using this tool. Now I want to show you my very favorite report in all of YouTube Analytics that shows where these views are coming from. So you come up here and you click on Advanced Mode. Okay, and it brings up a lot. There's a whole lot that I can show you. If I come here, notice this, more metrics. There's so much that I can put into these parameters, but I'm going to come up here and click on traffic source, and then I'm going to turn on YouTube search. You see that search is the highest source of traffic by percentage and by volume. It's 33.6%, which is amazing. So I click on YouTube search. Now I'm going to change this back to the last 90 days. Okay, so you see that in the last 90 days, this channel has had 25,000 views just from search. And if I compare that to period over period, what we're looking at here, blue is the last 90 days and purple is the 90 days prior to that. So we can just say the last quarter and the previous quarter. Okay, so in the last quarter, this channel has had 25,000 views from search, and in the previous quarter, 8,500 views from search. So at that time, that 8,500 was awesome because it was way more than the previous quarter. We've been doing this now for almost 3 quarters. We've been tracking it from month to month to month, and we've been progressively growing and growing because you put out one of these videos and then another one and then another one and another one, and the ones at the bottom don't stop getting views, but they just add to each other. So it's like making the snowball bigger and bigger and bigger. We haven't done any marketing to push or promote these videos because you saw the highest source of traffic is from search. And how did we get that search traffic? Well, before we filmed the video, we did keyword research just like I demonstrated, and we found the very, very, very specific questions that people are asking. Now, why do I emphasize very? Because you don't want to do a search like that and pick a phrase that only has 3 words or 4 words or 5 words. You need to find questions that are really specific, like 8 words or 10 words long, that still have a consistent search volume, between 10 and 100 if you're just getting started. Now, the strategy really does work, and like I mentioned, I use it on over 50 different channels that get the same results as what I showed you with Jason. Now, I have a gift for you because I want you to get the same results as Jason and all my other clients. I want to give you my book, okay? Now, I put a lot of work into this book. In fact, it took me 2 years of a lot of sweat and hard work and stress to get my strategy into this book. So I worked on this for 2 years. It's in full color. I took a lot of screenshots, a lot of diagrams, so you could really understand and see, examples of everything on YouTube. Now, I want to give this to you for free as long as you cover my costs. So there's a cost to print and ship it to you, but no profit to me. That's my gift to you. You can find the link in the description below or go to natesyoutubebook.com.